Hi everyone, welcome back to Rachel's Enchanting Cakes, and for today's tutorial we're going to be turning the Terry's Chocolate Orange into this super cute snowman. Everything you see is completely edible, including the arms. I guide you through everything in a simple step-by-step format, straight to the point, and it's great for a beginner baker. Happy baking guys, and let's make a start. Taking a milk Terry's Chocolate Orange egg, I simply unwrap this and place it directly onto some baking paper. Using liquid glucose, I place a small amount of this in a little tub, and using a brush, I simply brush over the Terry's Chocolate Orange egg. Liquid glucose is just liquid sugar. It will give something for the fondant to stick to, but if you don't have this, you can also use piping gel. Using exactly 150 grams of white fondant, roll this out and try to keep it in a circular shape. Place this over the top of your Terry's Chocolate Orange egg, negotiating the pleats from the top to the base. Using a sharp knife, cut off any excess fondant. Using a flexible smoother, I then smooth out the base. Finally, trim off the excess. Using some edible glue and 2 balls of white modelling paste this time, as I want these to set relatively hard, I simply place these directly on top of the egg we have just covered. These will be the snowman's feet, and then we're going to flip it the other way round. When I flip him over, I then add a small amount of fondant just to make the layer smooth. Here I have a ball of white fondant, and I simply place this directly on top of the egg. The liquid glucose that's there will act as a natural glue, and this will be the middle of our snowman. Add 3 black balls of black fondant for the buttons. For the arms, to support them, all you need is some spaghetti. You start by rolling out some brown fondant into a sausage shape. Gently feed the spaghetti directly into this. Remember, spaghetti is completely edible and we do use these in sugarwork. You then just add some indentations directly on there. You can use a cocktail stick or a Dresden tool. I shape a lot of this with my hands, and I just use a very sharp knife for the fingers. It really is as easy as that. Simply slide this directly into the middle tier, which is all fondant, and just stick with some edible glue. Taking a small piece of white fondant, you now just want to shape this just using your hands. It really is as simple as that. I push it down at one end. I want more of a love heart shape that's bulky for the base, where the mouth's going to be, or more of an oval shape for the top of the head. Just do it until you're happy with what you have got. Then, using a ball tool, I add a few indentations where I'm going to place the eyes, and using a cocktail stick, I simply add where I'm going to place the mouth. I then try and cut the mouth open slightly with a sharp knife, just so I have somewhere to place the black fondant. Place a very small piece of black fondant in a sausage shape directly into the mouth. I used a Dresden tool to push this in. Add 2 small balls of black fondant for the eye. Repeat that process but with 2 small balls of white fondant. And finally 2 very tiny small balls of black fondant for the pupils. For the carrot nose, simply turn a small amount of orange fondant into a cone shape in your hands. And for the tooth that I have added just there, all I did was add a small ball of white fondant. I then use a piece of spaghetti to secure the head into place and a small amount of edible glue. For the last few finishing touches, we roll some red fondant into a cone shape for the hat. Stick this directly onto the top of your snowman's head. I add a simple white ball just to the end, and the hat helps support this in place. And for his scarf, we simply roll out a sausage shape in blue. I add some edible glue just around the neck, wrap this straight round, and then using a cocktail stick, add a few indentations. And there he is, all finished. Happy baking, guys, and I'll be back soon with some more new, completely free content, and there are now 8 Terry's Chocolate Orange Christmas tutorials available, so be sure to check them out.